sitting in your parked car outside the grocery store, the engine off, the world moving around you, yet you are entirely paralyzed. You are a highly capable woman. You manage budgets, you coordinate care plans, you handle crises at work with a cold, lethal efficiency. Yet here you are, staring at a screen that hasn't lit up in 6 hours, your chest tight, your breathing shallow, completely hijacked by a man who gives you nothing but breadcrumbs. You keep telling yourself that this intense, agonizing pull is a sign of a deep, destined connection. You scour the internet late at night looking for karmic relationship signs to justify his blatant disrespect. Let me give you the clinical truth. You are not experiencing a profound romance. You are in the middle of a severe neurobiological crisis. Your intelligence, the very thing that makes you so successful in your career, is currently being weaponized against you. You are using your intellect to decode his silence, to translate his emotional unavailability into hidden potential. Listen to me carefully. This is not a soulmate connection. This is a textbook trauma bond. You are caught in a punishing looping mechanism with a void partner, desperately trying to earn love from someone who is fundamentally bankrupt. You think you can fix him with enough patience and perfectly drafted text messages. But your anxious blueprint is blinding you to the reality of the situation. It is time to stop diagnosing his potential and start looking at the cold, empirical data of his behavior. The relationship you are mourning never actually existed. It is a projection. And until you face this brutal reality, you will remain a hostage in your own life. To understand why you cannot simply walk away, we must strip the romanticized illusions from this dynamic and examine the raw, physiological machinery driving your compulsion. When you interact with this void partner, you are not experiencing profound love. You are enduring a highly volatile biochemical hijacking. Let's look at the mechanics. Your anxious attachment triggers are systematically activated by his subtle withdrawals. When he goes silent, your nervous system interprets this as a primitive survival threat. Your body is flooded with toxic, sustained levels of cortisol. You feel a literal, agonizing panic in your chest. This is your amygdala screaming that you are in danger. And then, he texts back. A minimal, low-effort breadcrumb. Immediately, your brain releases a massive, unnatural spike of dopamine. This violent oscillation between cortisol-induced terror and dopamine-drenched relief is called intermittent reinforcement. It is the exact same predatory mechanism that hooks a gambler to a slot machine. This is the foundational architecture of why you are stuck. In the clinical landscape of narcissistic abuse recovery, we see this pattern constantly. You mistake acute nervous system dysregulation for undeniable romantic passion. You believe the intensity of your pain equates to the depth of your love. It does not. Your prefrontal cortex, the advanced neurological seat of your formidable intellect, has been taken offline by your survival reflexes. You are trying to apply boardroom logic to a somatic survival reflex, attempting to negotiate with a neurobiological terror response. Every time you try to outsmart this addiction with logic, you lose. You cannot outthink a dopamine withdrawal. You must understand that your brain has been hijacked by a chemical loop, and the man you think you love is merely the dealer. This physiological addiction does not exist in a vacuum. It is the dense, somatic manifestation of a profound karmic debt. Your nervous system is effectively functioning as a biological ledger, keeping meticulous score of unresolved relational trauma that demands immediate, uncompromising shadow work. The karmic architecture of your current reality was built upon the unhealed fractures of your past, cycles of emotional neglect or invisible invalidation that you are unconsciously trying to master by playing them out with a new, equally deficient partner. When we analyze the esoteric mapping of a trauma bond versus twin flame, the distinction is violently clear. A twin flame elevates your sovereignty. A trauma bond, what you are currently in, systematically destroys it. You are entangled in a shadow bond. This dynamic thrives in the dark, unexamined spaces of your trauma, utilizing your vast empathy as a weapon against your own emotional sovereignty. The void partner you are tethered to is not a complex, misunderstood genius who just needs the right woman to unlock his heart. He is a mirror, reflecting your own lack of internal boundaries. Your subconscious decision intelligence is aggressively forcing you to confront the exact energetic frequency of your deepest wounds. Every time you rationalize his blatant disrespect, every time you meticulously analyze his silence to find the hidden meaning, you are actively agreeing to finance this karmic debt with your own vitality. You are investing premium emotional capital into a bankrupt entity. The universe is not testing your loyalty. It is waiting for you to realize that your empathy is being exploited to pay off a subconscious deficit. The debt is not paid by fixing him. It is paid by recognizing the trap. Insight without action is just an anesthetic. To permanently sever this trauma bond, you must deploy strict behavioral protocols. The time for endless psychoanalysis and compassionate understanding of his limitations is officially over. We are moving into clinical extraction. First, you will initiate a total information embargo. This means blocking all access. No checking his social media, no tracking his status, and absolutely no final closure conversations. The void partner thrives on your digital proximity. You must starve the dynamic of your energy. When the panic hits, and it will, you must execute shadow work audits. The dopamine withdrawal phase is severe, but your nervous system will recalibrate. When the urge to reach out feels like a matter of life and death, you will not move. You will sit in the agonizing, burning fire of that withdrawal. Document the somatic trigger. Map exactly where the anxiety lives in your physical body, and sit with the discomfort without using his presence as a pacifier. Terminate the savior protocol immediately. Stop translating his dysfunction into potential. His psychological healing is not your karmic debt to pay. You must force your brain to rewire its survival metrics, teaching your amygdala that his absence is not a death sentence, but the absolute baseline requirement for your liberation. This is about surgically excising the void partner from your karmic architecture forever. You must treat your nervous system exactly as a clinical specialist would treat a patient in acute withdrawal. Execute this protocol with cold, uncompromising precision. Base your romantic choices on empirical behavioral data and consistency, not the illusion of a magnetic, chaotic soul tie. Starve the addiction and reclaim your life force. You have spent months, perhaps years, draining your bandwidth and compromising your emotional sovereignty for a man who cannot even regulate himself. You are a professional, highly capable woman who commands respect in every other area of your life. It is time to bring that same ruthless efficiency to your romantic architecture. You do not need another conversation with him. You do not need closure from a void partner who lacks the structural capacity to give it. What you need is an empirical framework to confirm this connection for what it truly is, giving you the ultimate, clinical permission slip to cut ties forever. Do not guess your energetic alignment. Calculate it. I command you to stop outsourcing your stability and start utilizing elite decision intelligence. Go to LuhoSoul.com right now and run the $39 Soul Blueprint Calculator diagnostic. This clinical-grade AI system will bypass your anxious blueprint, strip away your emotional excuses, and provide you with the exact energetic coordinates of your karmic debt. This is not a luxury. It is a structural necessity for your survival. The diagnostic will hand you the cold, hard data you need to finally shatter the illusion of the shadow bond. The $39 you invest today is the price of your liberation from a cycle that has cost you immeasurable peace. Take the diagnostic. Implement the behavioral protocols. Sever the neurochemical supply line at its root. Step out of the chaotic loop and stand in the absolute, unshakable power of your own reclaimed life. The LuhoSoul Sage has given you the blueprint. The execution is now entirely in your hands.